What's wrong with the world? Why are there wars and crime and stuff? Why don't people just get on together and love one another? Why do people behave so badly? Why do we do and say things we shouldn't? Sometimes bad behaviour is blamed on our circumstances. That's poverty or lack of opportunity. If only we could end poverty, get people better educated or better housed. Well, circumstances may not help, but do people from privileged backgrounds always behave well? Their manners may be more refined, but they can still be self-centered. They can neglect their family in pursuit of wealth, and they can flirt with others in the office. The story is told of the Times newspaper once asking the question, what's wrong with the world? The Roman Catholic author and philosopher G.K. Chesterton replied very simply, I am. He knew the truth about human nature. The problem isn't out there, it's inside, and it affects us all. Take an honest look at yourself in the mirror. Can you really be satisfied with what you see? Do we not see things about ourselves that are ugly? Where do those bad thoughts come from? Or those harsh words? Or unfair behaviour? Jesus said, out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man. The problem is the heart. If a machine is producing a defective product, it is not the product that needs fixing, but the machine. It's not just our behaviour that needs fixing, it's us. Maybe some of you watching this are thinking about other people you know or hear about on the news who commit atrocities. You may be thinking, they are the ones who need sorting out, but not me. I'm a good person. But does that mean you don't still have a problem? A man came to Jesus one night to ask him a question. His name was Nicodemus. He was a highly respected religious leader and teacher in Israel. He certainly wouldn't have been thought of as a bad person, nor would he have thought of himself as one. We don't know exactly what he was going to ask. It was probably how he could be sure of getting to heaven. But Jesus preempted him and said something quite extraordinary. Assuredly I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. You may have heard of the expression born-again Christians and thought there was some kind of lunatic fringe sort of people. But actually it comes from these words of Jesus. He is saying you can't be in God's kingdom. You can't be accepted by him. You can't be a Christian at all unless you are born again. Nicodemus was perplexed, but Jesus was making it clear that he was not talking about becoming a baby again, but a spiritual birth, a new life, a new heart from God, an inward change. Even Nicodemus couldn't do without this. However good he thought he was, there was a rottenness in his heart that meant a transplant was necessary. There is something so fundamentally wrong with us that a bit of patching up or new resolves can't cure it. We need a new heart. My aunt once lived in a farm cottage. From the outside, it looked lovely, but actually it was in a very bad shape. It was falling apart. There was nothing for it but to pull it down and build a new one. And we are beyond repair. We need a miracle from God. We need something only Jesus can do. Our problem ultimately shows in our attitude to God. We're averse to him. We have no inclination to love or serve him. We may believe in a kind of God who suits us, but we don't like the real God. And it shows in our attitude to his Son. Our hearts are naturally closed to him. But how could we live in God's kingdom when we don't get on with the King? The only answer is the one Jesus gives. You must be born again. It doesn't mean immediate perfection, but a new life has begun.